I don't want to... Oh, come, okay, I'll take it, thanks. I'll take it. Oh my god, it is! I've turned the dialects! I don't want to waste too much time over here talking up front because we have a lot of amazing things to show you. There's people you're going to want to see and clips that no one will get to see except for you guys. Before we start this, just in case you guys don't remember, let's pick it up where we left off last series.
John Bon Jovi. Thanks, man.
Alright, so everyone is basically just shooting love at you right now. I've heard some offers to produce children from the audience. Not kind of not over yet. It's not over yet.
We leave in an hour, so I'm sure we can squeeze something in.
Excellent choice of words, Mr. Smith.
That approach generally works.
It works for him. It doesn't work for anybody else. But congratulations on an amazing series, last series, you guys. I mean, I think you see here, you know, whatever 6,000 people here all waiting in line to see you guys. How much of an impact the show has had. So, Steven, you actually, I was talking to you in the green room, and I'm like, how are you enjoying the con? And you're like, I've just been writing in my hotel room the whole time. So, has that been your entire con, just putting words into their mouths?
Yeah, that's more or less my entire life, actually.
Okay.
And it's very nice to meet 6,000 new people, because I've been very lonely. Thank you all for coming.
How do you manage to, I mean, you know, I'm always, you look at a show like The Simpsons, you go, well, they've gone like 20-some seasons, how do they keep it fresh, how do they keep it new? You know, Doctor Who's coming up on its 50th anniversary next year, so... And no one is a bigger Doctor Who fan than you, so how do you manage to keep all those facts in your head and then still keep the show fresh and drive it forward and not tread on old territory?
Well, I try not to have any kind of a life. Which, as a Doctor Who fan, I found came naturally. How do you keep? I don't know. It's. I've got loads of ideas, but it's Doctor Who. I've been thinking about Doctor Who since I first saw it.
Yeah.
And now I get to put it on television. I don't find that difficult. I bet everyone in this room has Doctor Who ideas all the time.
They do.
That wasn't an invitation.
No, if you see Steven in an elevator, he loves it if you shove scripts at him or tell him ideas and shit. Matt, I mean, you know, the Doctor, you've done such a wonderful job. And we've talked about this before. I mean, the one thing about the show is, but the way that it's managed to stay fresh is that, you know, the show kind of cycles through new people and we get attached to people, but, you know, instantly, episode 1, people were way on board, Matt Smith. How's it been the last couple of years?
It's, you know, I mean, I can say unequivocally, it's transformed my life, it's changed my life, and working with these guys who have become, you know, my firm friends, and we've got the wonderful Caroline Skinner now, who's doing a great job, has great taste, it's in good hands, fear not, and you know, so it's every day is a joy. And I mean, I just quickly like to say though, I think if the world was a bit more like Comic-Con, it would be a better place, right? It would be. From like the Tumblr to the Nerd HQ to all the support you guys have given us, it's been overwhelming. And Who fans shout the loudest.
Yeah.
So thank you.
like the whole world, like it would certainly be a world with more medieval weapons in it.
Yeah,
More like,
and you know, people dressed up and coloured hair and everything, and a lack of cynicism about it.
well, but that's the spirit of Comic-Con. It's like that's why it's so important for us to be able to celebrate all the things that we care about and not be afraid of being judged. But I do have to apologize to Matt. Yesterday, a really awkward thing happened. I didn't think I was going to run into you. Do we have a picture of what happened last night? Whoops.
I was like, is it okay? It's Hardwick!
I know.
Where's your bow tie, man?
So, I have one of those too. I'm pointier. I'm more of a tenant face. But I honestly, someone was
It
like,
looks great on you, man. You wear it well.
someone said, "Oh, you should run into Matt with that outfit." I'm like, "No, I don't want him to." And then I saw you at Zach Levi's thing, and you go, "I see where your heart truly lies." But have you had any time to have fun and relax since you've been to Comic-Con?
Yeah, you know, it's the great thing about Comic-Con, as you guys all know, is it's just 100 miles an hour the whole time. So you do the work, and you hang out after it. And what's great is I met Peter Jackson last night, and you get to meet your heroes, right? Whether you're a fan, whether you're a director, whether you're an actor, and I think that's one of the truly brilliant things about it.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
Honestly, so who have you kind of nerded out over the most at Comic-Con?
Bryan Cranston, I love. The second Harlem, I love. I kind of like you.
Oh, stop it! I do have a tweed jacket and the fez and the bow tie at home, but I thought that would be weirder if I ran into you dressed like that.
It kind of would have been.
A little strange. Karen, how's the Comic-Con going for you so far?
Comic-Con is the most fun ever! I've had the best time just seeing everyone dressed up in capes and stuff. And actually, I was coming down the lift in the hotel this morning next to a Dalek girl, which was really cool. It took us a second to register each other, and we both just went, ah!
Do you think, and she was like, "Oh, that's a really good Amy Pond," and you're like, "I know." I mean, your characters are, and it happened almost instantaneously. Like Kissogram, Amy, was like right there. You know, when and right here, right there. I go to cons all over the place, and that version of her, that first image that we get of her, it instantly became iconic. I mean, what is it like for you to look out and see a sea of Amelia Ponds?
I'm loving all the ginger hair.
Why do gingers get so much crap in England? We love
I
them
think
here.
it's because we're rare and unique. People are just a little intimidated.
Arthur, what about you, man?
Hey, there's just been lots of that. Like, kind of walk into rooms and there's, I mean, like, we're all losing our voice. We had to have some throat sweets earlier on to soothe our voices because we've just spent the whole time going, and it just kind of brings me, I still hear it when I'm sleeping, just kind of people screaming, but it's, you know, it's amazing. And yeah, let's say that you can be in the lift and you're just like, oh, hey Batman, how's it going? It's been very cool.
Well, you've done. I mean, you know, again, I know. Again, we've had this conversation before, but I think it's such a testament to you and the character of Rory that, you know, we're so used to the dynamic of the Doctor and his companion, and then some sort of, you know, in some cases, some sort of a romantic tension or something going on. But the fact that, you know, there's this sort of like triad of awesomeness that you are sort of the companion's companion, and people love you guys as a unit. You were taking her away from him, like it just, they were also so on board for you as a character.
Yeah, no, the response has been, I mean, it's all down to Stephen making it up and making it so brilliant. But you know, we've loved the way that the dynamic between the three of us has progressed kind of throughout the show and developed.
There's so much in this brain I want to take out and see how it works.
Yeah, do it.
It'll be a crushing disappointment. Bugger all in that.
But you know, obviously, the big news this year is that we are saying goodbye to the Ponds this year.
See ya. All of the Ponds.
When that news broke, and I saw. I think I've sort of become like the Doctor Who therapist online for people. All these people are like, "What's happening? How could the Ponds be going away?" And I had to say to people, "Listen, it sucks for us. It's sad. We love the Ponds. We don't want them to go anywhere. But this is how the show works. You know, we love people and we have to let them go. So what was it? I mean, that's how the show has managed to live for 5 decades." But can you tell a little bit about, like what that was like for you emotionally, knowing that the time was coming?
You didn't stop crying.
I didn't stop crying for 2 weeks. In between takes, anything was setting me off.
Yeah.
Pictures set me off.
Broccoli.
The broccoli, tender stem broccoli. Anything. I didn't hold it together, I've got to be honest.
I mean, the thing is, it's been such a huge part of our life. It's changed our lives. But
Yeah, completely.
it was so exciting to film those final moments, though, because they are great. I mean,
And film them with the Weeping Angels as well, which was just like, he's done a great job of it's a climactic and fitting, and I think a brilliant end to what has become, in my mind, and I'm a bit biased, but my 2 favourite companions, so. I'm glad to see the back of them, really.
You're gonna miss us.
Yeah, they're out, they're gone, see you later.
Wait a minute. Now you say that now, but we were in the elevator and you turned to them and you went, "Hey, didn't you guys used to be on Doctor Who?"
I did it for effect. Listen, I haven't forgiven you for turning up in number 10 last night.
That wasn't mine. I don't know what happened. I was kidnapped. But again, I think people really need to understand that when you're working, you're in Cardiff, you're sort of isolated, and you live in this bubble, and you guys work insane hours, and you're just all on top of each other's lives all the time. So this really is like, I mean, as hard as it is for you guys and for us to see you go, I know that it's hard for you guys to separate as well.
Yeah.
Don't sound too sure.
No, I was being earnest. I am really sad.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm friends with you all.
I want to take a quick moment to run a clip of some of the finer moments of Amy and Rory. Yeah. They're really hot. They're really hot. There's really not a lot you can say about, well, first of all, I also, Caroline Skinner, what has the season been like for you so far?
It's been incredible, absolutely incredible. I mean, it's, huge episodes. We've had Daleks, we've had Weeping Angels, we've been to New York, we've shot an episode in Spain. It's just been absolutely epic. But, saying goodbye to these guys was the big one, really. Like, literally, Karen did nothing but cry for 2 weeks. We ran out of tissues, I mean, it was... No, it's amazing, absolutely. There's nothing like Doctor Who.
And as you're writing, are you just sort of like, your fingers get heavier where you're like, I don't want to have to, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Is it sort of that feeling?
That episode, it was a tough one to write. I think I was actually quite relieved when I managed to finish it. And it actually sort of made sense. Yes, it was very, very difficult to know that, because it's not just fiction you're ending. You're actually ending a real life experience. Working with Carolyn and Arthur was absolutely coming to an end, and I thought I've written my last words ever for Amy and Rory. Of course I hadn't. There's always something else.
Sure.
But it was genuinely, properly sad.
Are you allowed to, in any way, kind of give us a sense of, what kind of an ending we might be seeing? Is it any?
Take a guess, Chris.
Oh no. Oh, if I know Stephen Moffat, heads will roll! But I do think that is the fun thing about the show, is that because it's a show that takes place anywhere in space and time, anything is possible. Anything is possible.
Well, you mean there isn't a way to write absolutely anything?
I'd say there's no way to write them out completely, right?
You're right. You're right. Okay.
Well,
I hope you enjoy the episode, Chris.
That's going to be a hard one, I mean,
oh, yes.
It's going to be a really hard one. I put off watching The End of Time for like a month.
And you've kept the outfit clear.
but as soon as but again, this is the point that I want to make, is that we say goodbye to people that we love, but we form new relationships with new people that we love too.
Are you still talking about Doctor Who, or have you gone off and
Well, it's just, there's a very special lady here today in a Xena costume, and I just wanted to make her the happiest. But I do think it's important to note that we trust you. We trust you that that whatever it is that you do, we're gonna follow you and trust that that you're not gonna damage our hearts for too long. You know you have our hearts in your hands.
Yes.
Please be
Why did you trust me? What have I ever done to earn that?
Because you write awesome stuff.
Yeah.
That's why.
And it's very upsetting.
Caroline, what else?
Reassuring enough.
Yes.
I don't trust him.
Wow. What are your kind of favorite storylines, Caroline? Do you like historical, or do you like future, or do you like space, do you like alien? Like what do you prefer?
Oh God, I love them all. I don't know. I mean, I think probably the historical ones, because I think there's something so magical about time traveling back into the past. But I love the episodes that we've just made, because they're all so different from each other, and I think that actually that's the thing I love the one that I'm going to watch next. I suppose that's the thing. You kind of go, they're huge, these episodes, and I love them all for different reasons.
Yeah, Matt, what's your favorite?
Well, I mean, again, but to pick up on your point, I think it's absolutely right that the show is the star, and the show will continue without us, without, dare I say, Stephen, without, because that's the thing that we're here to serve, and that's what we do, and it is about regeneration, and it is about welcoming in Jenna and a new era and a new time, and that's what's exciting. But I think, it's what I like is that each week it can be anything, and you're not bound by genre, and that you can tell a horror story one week or a sort of rom-com story the next, and it can afford invention and inventiveness, and it's sort of limitless, really. But I quite like going back in time, I like going forward in time. I like everything, really. I don't know. You like going to the future, don't you?
I like when we learn something about the cat, about something we're really familiar with.
Like golf, for instance.
Yeah, or no, but I like the TARDIS girl.
Yeah, right, okay.
Idris and all that.
Oh, Neil Gaiman, yeah. Neil Gaiman's episode. What are you gonna miss? What do you think you'll miss the most, Karen?
I am right next to you, by the way.
I'm gonna miss various things. I'm gonna miss getting to run down corridors away from imaginary monsters, because they're put in after road sometimes. And
you can still do that. It'll just be weird.
I'm like really scared of tennis balls now. But yeah, so that's really fun, instead of like doing a show where you're just standing in a room talking all the time. And I'm gonna miss these guys, I really am. I mean, I've made some of my best friends on this show.
Yeah.
So...
But it is, like, we do spend all of our time together. You know what I mean? It's like, it's mad. But we've got to the point where we can't really have conversations with
just noises.
Yeah.
Noises and silly phrases. And
we like to call them episodes.
You guys are in this kind of, you're in this wonderfully unique position that you've all kind of grown together in the last few years, and no matter how old you get, you'll always have this visual scrapbook of your lives. I mean, how seamlessly do you feel like you flow in between your characters, and back out?
Well, I mean, it's got to the point where, and what's been really interesting over the past sort of 6 months or so as well, or the past year, is if there's something happening in a scene, say for instance there's a moment that we react to, I mean even now, I won't have to look, and something's happened there, let's say it happened like that, and us three would go, And like, you know, because you become kind of symbiotic, you know?